Right then, hello everyone, and welcome back to the ACOC. This time with Super Formula, and we're here at Watkins Glen International in the state of New York for round 10 out of 12 for the Super Formula Championship. Yeah, we're back once again. This time not in Asia, but this time we're on the Atlantic, as you can see, in the USA at Watkins Glen, a circuit very well known for especially series like NASCAR. But with that said, I'll just head straight into a bit of the track's history. For example, the track was opened in 1956, if I'm not mistaken, and has hosted a lot of different series, such as even Formula One, the United States Grand Prix from 1961 to 1980, IndyCar, especially NASCAR, that's what it's most known for, and it also hosted 6 hours of Watkins Glen in the IMSA Sports Cars Championship. The track, which well known, especially for because NASCAR has road courses, probably one of the most well known one, and it's also owned by NASCAR as well. Now with a bit of information on the track, as we are on board with Stella right now. We are running the version without the chicane, as it does have a chicane, but we're running it without. And I'd probably go for a. I'm trying to find out where he is so that we can go for a track tour or something like that. But nonetheless, right now you should be at the toe. That's what the corner is called, and then onto the boot, which then leads you into the heel. Yes, Watkins Glen has corner names. I actually didn't know that, so I guess you learned that as well. But heading into the heel, you go to this bit of an uphill section, then right-hand corner, no, left-hand corner once again, which then follows another straight, and then you go left once more. About now, yeah, very nice set of flowing corners. It's probably one of my pretty nice circuit to drive on, as I've driven it on some sims. And then here into the last corner, you'd go onto the main straight. Now, actually, we're gonna see which lap Stella sets as a benchmark lap. It's a 1:25.6. Let's see what else responds to it. Konishna responds immediately, and Simpson does as well. 1:24.8. That's the time to be for now. Let's see what the others said before. Pablo Sar. 1:24.840, and Fitzwater 1:24.794. So of course the Stella will probably have to set a better time. Then his other competitors, Tremblond, now provisionally up to 5th, Smith 1:25.2. See what the other said. Jury, new provisional pole lap, it's a 1:24.7, so that's the new time to beat now. Of course, so the Super Formula field does have 19 or 20 cars, I'm not sure, but so this is far from all of the drivers having crossed the line for now. Özkan now, new overall fastest lap, 1:24.6. Let's see, there's I think 8 more drivers which have to set a lap, but nonetheless, then as you can see here, even as an entry before, we're running the version without the chicane. So that was called actually the back straight. And now onto the outer loop, which is the name of this corner, which then brings you onto the chute. And then we head back to the section, which I started the tractor beforehand then. But we're seeing some more improvements coming. Stella improves once again to get himself up to 11th provisionally. Not every driver has set out just yet. Cesetti 12th, Timel 9th. We still have to see Cesetti, one of the champion contenders, only in 13th right now. Kang up to 10th. Patel yet to set a lap. No, he sets a lap now. Only in I wanted to say 10th, but he's in 11th as Tremblond. That's an improvement as well, up to 10th. Özkan still untouched there in pole position, and as I say that, Yuri 1:24.1. That's a great lap from the previous one. And that's him up into P1. I think now that's all 19 cars on the board, and the top 5 to recap is Yuri, Özkan, Fitzwater, Sar, and Simpson. The time seems to be around the 1:24s, and now I'd like to welcome your usual main commentator, Miran. So yeah, hello Miran, how are you?
Yeah, hi. Sorry for the later than usual entrance. I was just having dinner, but yes, we are here with Super Formula Round 10 of the championship here at Watkins Glen, and if this is anything like it was last season, we should be in for a pretty exciting race. Nonetheless, I see qualifying is underway, and it is David Juli on provisional pole as you did say, and that is quite a surprise, especially considering where he is in the championship.
Yeah, Jui, of course, which has only competed 4 rounds, replacing Miran FG, who replaced Luca Farina moving to Formula 1, so kind of a domino effect there, as he went back to Formula 1 for the remaining rounds. But so Jui from Porsche Super Cup came up, stepped up to Super Formula for Porsche Super Cup. I don't know, I'm stumbling over my own words. He had his first points finish last race at Motegi, where having back 2 points. Let's see what he can do this race, as he's looking to be quite strong on this track now. So it seems promising.
Oh, sorry. Yes, it is a pretty strong lap time, a very, very strong one. In fact, he's currently on provisional pole by half a second. Do you ever see that in Super Formula?
No, you don't see that often, no. Although it is still quite a long qualifying session with 30 minutes to go. And you know how often a pole time, we're going to see an even better one. We might see 123s, who knows. But being 5 tenths essentially faster than the guy behind you, that's going to be a statement right there. But as I said, things can change very quickly, especially in a series like Super Formula.
Yes, indeed. We'll see what is going to happen. There's, as you said, a lot of time left in the session. So there's still a lot of improvements to be made and many potential pole times to be set as Giulia Cesetti improves up into 15th. And obviously all eyes today will be on Cesetti and Patel, the 2 protagonists of this championship fight, as Rahul Patel now just improved up into 7th, while Giulia Cesetti is down in 15th at the moment. So not too strong for Giulia Cesetti, as we see Stella, and that's one of the KCMGs going side by side. And yeah, Watkins Glen, such a interesting track. It's so high speed and really winding as well, and it's absolutely perfect for these high downforce Dallara Super Formula cars. So yeah, but what I wanted to say was that Cesetti at the moment is quite a long way off Rahul Patel, and if she wants to keep this championship hunt alive, she's gonna have to try and finish ahead of Patel once again, just like she did last time at Motegi.
Yes, both of them are Patel's 7th and Cesetti's 15th. They're not in the top positions right now, but if you look at other contenders as well, which I mean, Material, won in Dubai, then have back 6 points in Japan at Motegi, sitting 34 points off Patel. Right now he's sitting in 6th, 1 position ahead of him, as Cesetti improves 1 position. Leapfrogs herself ahead of Sambi to get him 14th, but still she has to improve a lot more to get herself closer to competitors such as Patel and Material as well.
Yeah, Mateusz Material will definitely be hoping for an improvement here, considering he is at the moment ahead of both Cesetti and Patel in qualifying at the moment. So we'll see if he is gonna be able to do that. Obviously Giulia Cesetti only sits a race win away from Rahul Patel in the championship. Both of them separated on 20 points. But as we have said, at the moment Cesetti is outside of the points paying position, so she's going to have to focus on at least getting herself into the top 10 for the time being, as Zachary Fitzwater just went over to second and ahead of Samuel Tuscan. Let's see Mateusz Material as he goes across the line. That's P4 for Material. And yeah, that's a pretty good lap from the Polish man. And yeah, as there's Emilia Konieczna, good lap from Emilia Konieczna as well. Up into 6th goes the other Polish driver on the field with a 1:24.857, and that pushes Rahul Patel down into 8th. And we'll just have to wait and see what Patel and Cesetti will be able to pull out of the hat here, as usually they do tend to come alive in the later ends of the session. We've seen that very often in qualifying over the season, that sometimes they seem to qualify quite poorly in the opening minutes of the session, but come the final few minutes, I think that's when they really come alive.
You will have to see. I mean, there surely be well, striving for an improvement, but of course it's all up to them. As we're looking at Blackwood as well. Since we're coming to that time of the season, and with that time, Miran, you know that I mean the one with the championship. We're talking about the championship fight here. Blackwood is still just about in it, as he's 61 points off Rahul Patel in 7th place in the championship. Right now sitting in 11th. Of course, today I think we might see some exclusions from the championship fight again, as then if you want to mathematically stay in championship fight, you should have 62 points now, but onto the next race, it'll be 42 only. For example, if no one scored points in the top 7, it's only the top 3 who could contend for the championship. But Blackwood probably took personally what I said. 124-1 gets himself the closest anyone has gotten to Julia thus far.
Yeah, that's the closest anyone has got to David Jules so far. Good lap from Jafari Blackwood, the ex-Formula 1 driver. Now goes up into P2, and what looks to be an insurmountable pole time from David Jules suddenly doesn't seem so insurmountable anymore.
Let's see if any other driver can come close to that, as Timel improves up to 5th. Jumps Material. Now we're looking at Patel, who's sitting in 10th right now on the lap as well. Let's see if he can pull any 10th to set an improvement.
We'll see then as he now heads through the final corner, trying to maximize the exit here as he's going to go across the line. Let's see if he will be able to nab an improvement here, and not yet for Rahul Patel. It just isn't there for him at the moment, but he isn't too far off his personal best as he now gets shuffled down to 11th and out of the points as Léon Tremblant goes up into 10th. So Patel still trying to hunt his improvement, or hunt that sought after improvement to get himself into the points, but yeah, he just needs to be able to squeeze out one more 10th to be able to get an improvement, as here he is going side by side with the KCMG, and it's so mesmerizing seeing these cars go side by side here at Watkins Glen. It's just all out so quick as well through the corners. It is incredible to see.
Watkins Glen, I think, a very interesting track. Always produces nice races, even in real life, in series like NASCAR as well. So probably always a nice track. Probably one of my favorite of the so-called road courses in America. That's what they call them, the road courses from the NASCAR calendar. So, and of course in real life Super Formula doesn't go to Watkins Glen for obvious reasons. I mean, it's usually what happened there I'm not sure, but Patel has to watch out there for the wall, as this is only qualifying and shouldn't probably risk too much if he wants to get a good lap. But yeah, nonetheless, it's very nice to see combinations like what if Super Formula went to Watkins Glen, and we're looking at it right now. So I think that's probably one of the most interesting parts of ACOC for sure. As Stella is gonna come across the line. Can he set an improvement? No. It's not been the best qualifying session for him, but he'll have some more minutes to see if he can pull any 10th to improve his lap time.
Yeah, we'll see if that is going to be the case. Giuseppe Stella, who has scored in every single... I'm just going to interrupt myself there as Giulia Cisetti goes up into 3rd, and with 5.5 minutes to go, that now puts herself as the favorite between the two championship protagonists, as she gets herself onto the 2nd row with that lap.
Yeah, it's a great lap, and then we have a new pole sitter, Smith, 123.7. That's an insane lap.
Wow, I am speechless. What a lap from Aiden Smith, 123.769. As if David Jules' time didn't seem impossible enough, Aiden Smith has gone one step beyond. What a lap from the Irishman. I really am speechless. What a lap.
Yeah, I mean, I think he came from last position as well, so he just went from the very bottom to the very top as well. Simpson improves now up to 7th, good lap for him as well. But yeah, that lap came out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, that was an absolutely brilliant lap from Aiden Smith, and honestly, I don't know if that time is going to be beaten. Obviously, again, this is ACOC Super Formula, and we've so many times seen that impossible is just a concept. So I don't know, maybe that time could come down, but for me that is almost a perfect lap from Aiden Smith.
Yeah, we'll see if anyone can get even close to it. That's now it's 4 attempts that David Dewey is off of him. It's not going to be the easiest of tasks.
Yeah, no, not at all. But we'll see if that time will come down, and if anyone is gonna be able to try and get themselves or get a faster lap time than the very daunting one that Aiden Smith has set. As we're now looking at Joseph Kang in 14th. Team Mugen driver rounds the final corner. Let's see if he's going to manage an improvement for 14th. Not yet for Joseph Kang. He will stay in 14th place for the time being, as there's now 3 minutes left in the session. Aiden Smith is your fastest man, followed by David Jouli and then Jafari Blackwood in the Team Toms. Championship leader Rahul Patel at the moment is down in 14th. It's looking a bit dire for the Red Bull Mugen driver, and we'll see if he is going to be able to manage an improvement, while the closest contender to Patel, Giulia Cisetti, currently sits in a pretty optimistic 4th place. So we're just going to have to wait and see how the rest of this qualifying session will play out.
Yeah, exactly like that. And the other people who are potentially can get close to Patel include people like Smith and Blackwood. So they're up there as well. We also have looking at Zambi right now, who's also a man sitting in 4th, 51 points off Patel, which is quite a lot, but he still is mathematically in the championship fight. He's in 10th right now, again ahead of Patel. So Patel, in these final 2 minutes, desperately needs an improvement.
Yeah, and we'll see if he'll be able to manage an improvement. So we're looking at Ekoto Zambi, who did improve up into 10th a few laps earlier, but now sits in a bit of a sandwich here in qualifying, and I don't think this is going to do his times any wonders. And yeah, no, look at that. 1.2 seconds off on his personal best. So Zambi, I don't think is going to be able to get any more proper running in this session.
We look at Curtis Simpson, who's also on a lap right now. Let's see how he will fare.
Yeah, Courtney Simpson, who's had a few sporadic points finishes this season, failed to score points at Motegi, so he'll be looking to do it once again here at Watkins Glen. Mateusz Materiał, did he set an improvement there? Didn't quite catch that, but yeah, he is 9th either way at the moment.
Yeah, and half a minute left in qualifying, so soon we'll see the checkered flag flying in the air. A lot of drivers still on a lap trying to get the best out of their cars. Although we know how hard that can be sometimes. For example, Stella, who's sitting in 18th right now. He did improve one position up. Overtook Nit. Right now he's gonna come across the final corner now. Let's see if he can set an improvement. No, comes back into the bits just as the 2 cars behind him. And we're gonna look at Cisetti. She's in 4th right now. Can she go higher? No, she can't. So maybe she'll go on another lap, as she does have the time for it. But she'll have to figure that out herself. And we're looking at Blackwood, who's sitting in 3rd, as the checkered flag now does fly in the air. So time is running out.
Yeah, time is definitely of the essence now. But Jafari Blackwood will be looking to try and set an improvement here, as Team Toms are currently 3 and 4. Can they improve on this then, as Blackwood comes into the pit lane, so he's not going to improve. Mateusz Materiał behind him, though, is going to finish up this lap, but he doesn't improve on this one. Next up, Courtney Simpson, as he now makes his way down the boot and into the heel, as the corner is called. Now through the penultimate corner and down this little straightaway. And no, there it is then. No, what? What? Okay, I think Assetto Corsa is pulling a little prank on us. I thought the session had ended there, but it hadn't. As Linus Timeldo is going to finish this lap. Simpson piles into the pits. Timel goes across the line. Does not improve. Chisetti is going to get one more lap in. Let's see if she is going to be able to improve on this lap as she's going to go across the line. No improvements for Giulia Chisetti. It's very, very close, but no cigar for Chisetti. Either way, it is a Team Tom's 3 and 4 here at the Glen, with Jafari Blackwood leading Giulia Chisetti. As I think that is it. We're just waiting for the confirmation of the session, and there it is, finally, and on pole position for the first ever time in his career, Aiden Smith takes pole here at Watkins Glen.
I mean, what a lap time that was, I have to admit there. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, indeed, that was absolutely super from Aiden Smith, and it's super rare, very, very, very rare to see dominant lap times like that in Super Formula, when you consider how close qualifying usually is in this series. So yeah, Aiden Smith, who has been on incredible form, scored a podium last time out at Motegi, and now sits on pole position. Either way then, it's time to go through the starting grid before we get underway for the race here at Watkins Glen. And as previously mentioned, it's Aiden Smith on provisional pole for Docomo Team Dandelion Racing, and accompanying him on the front row, a brilliant lap from the Croatian David Jul, who will line up in second. Second row, it's both of the Team Tom's cars, as Jafari Blackwood will lead Giulia Chisetti, and then it's Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in fifth. Great lap from him as well, as Samuel Tuscan will start P6. Courtney Simpson will be 7th with Linus Timel in 8th. Mateusz Material will be 9th with Ekoto Sambi starting 10th.
And heading just outside the top 10, we find Pavel Saar, and behind him Emila Konishna. Then we also find Leon Blonde, and unusually Rahul Patel only in 13th. So it's an uphill race for him this time around. Then we find Joseph Kang in 15th and Shao Shainat in 16th. And we have Novosad and Stella in 17th and 18th. And in last place, we find Erkinit.
Yeah, tough qualifying for Rahul Patel today. Let's see what he's going to be able to do in the race, though, as we're just about to get underway then for this Super Formula race at Watkins Glen, as the lights are coming on for 24 laps around the Glen. And we're underway here at Watkins Glen. It's a good getaway for Aiden Smith then, heading into the first corner. It's going to be Smith who leads then, as there's Blackwood immediately to the inside line of David Juli. Chisetti fighting off Zachary Fitzwater, I think that is, as they go side by side now through the SS. It's Juli wheel to wheel with Smith now for the race lead. David Juli not letting that go as we head down the back straight and onto the outer loop, as Joseph Kang is out of the race, but Julie and Smith side by side now through this right-hander, and it's Julie on the outside line as we head into the left-hander of the chute corner, and it is David Julie who takes the lead here at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, and what a move that was. Now we head back to Fitzwater. He's fine. No, I think that was Timel. They were going for a move. I'm not sure. Looked like it, but I think he backed out from it. And we're looking at Pavel Saar, who I think he's fighting with Material for 9th place. Let's see how this battle ends up now. It's gonna head into the corner. Let's see. Seems like they're still side by side. No one's budging. Still side by side. Drivers behind them are also not letting go. As I think, oh, he goes a bit into the wall. And that, well, doesn't allow him to get up into P9.
Yeah, no, not at all. As there you can see, drivers running very, very wide into the penultimate corner. Function of Shao Shainat gets past Ekoto Sambi. There's Rahul Patel, who was overtaken by Emilia Konishina, re-overtakes the Polish driver and might now go to Ekoto Sambi on the inside line through the first corner, nicknamed the 90, and now into the SS. It's going to be Patel on the inside line of Ekoto Sambi, And through the S's they go. Patel on the outside line, heading out of the S's now, and down the back straight they will go as well. As we look further up the field, here's Blackwood, who's going to get Aiden Smith now. Smith, the pole man, could just drop it to third, as Blackwood is there on the inside line and muscles his way past. Great move from the Jamaican, as Chisetti is holding off Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Now the two, wheel to wheel then, heading into the toe corner it is called, as this whole complex obviously nicknamed the boot, and they will still be wheel to wheel through the boot. And now heading into the hill, it's going to be Chisetti on the inside line, trying to get Aiden Smith now even. Defense turning into offense for Giulia Chisetti. We're going to see if the Italian driver will be able to do anything here on the outside line. Runs wide though and clatters the barrier, and that's going to give her quite a poor exit. That's going to allow Zachary Fitzwater Sr. to retaliate as Chisetti runs wide into the penultimate corner, and through the final corner they go, side by side. Fitzwater, who just brushes the barrier there, gets Chisetti for fourth.
And now Giuseppe is under pressure by Samet Özkan. So let's see now into the first turn. Özkan's gonna go down the inside. Doesn't still come to fruition the move there, as he has to back out. But yeah, what a lap full of battles that was. And now we're on to lap 3. To the S's they go. And onto the back straight. Giuseppe now might have a chance looking down around the outside. She's looking now down the inside. She's looking all around to see the perfect gap where she can overtake Fitzwater. Fitzwater a bit squeezing her a bit onto the inside, but now she's going down the inside. Will she get the move done? Fitzwater hangs around. No one's budging here. It's always side by side. No backing down. As the two, as Smith might seem to actually be a bit slower, so he could fall into this battle somehow. But yeah, there's still side by side Chisetti v Fitzwater. Who will get the better of the two? As I think now Chisetti lines up ahead of Fitzwater. She might have this, but I'm not gonna say for sure yet. I think I can be sure now. Yes, Chisetti up into fourth, and she's gonna immediately go up into third maybe, if she can get the move done onto Smith. I think it's just like the last lap. Yeah, she touches the wall there, and that allows Fitzwater once again a chance to go down the inside, and then it will turn into the outside. Let's see what the better line will be. Seems like it's the outside, and that's exactly the same situation we left the lap at.
Oh, but I'm going to interrupt you here. Here's the battle for the race lead then. Jafari Blackwood on a charge here as he started third and now might just get the race lead. But it is David Jules who is going to hold off Jafari Blackwood for the time being. But yeah, Giulia Chisetti really fighting it out with Fitzwater and Smith there, but Jafari Blackwood then, the charging Jamaican, is gonna go up and alongside David Jules now into the outer loop we go. Blackwood's there on the inside line, heading into the chute. It's gonna be Blackwood on the outside line now, which is gonna give them the better traction and the race lead with it. Jafari Blackwood now takes the race lead here at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, but I'm sure that's not going to be the end of it, as now we see the two of them, Chisetti and Fitzwater, going side by side once again. Now onto the boot, as it's called, this little straight here. Let's see. I think like Chisetti might have the advantage onto Fitzwater. Fitzwater though hangs around the outside. They went through the heel there. I think Chisetti, no, on the outside again, and there it is again, the small tap on the wall. I think she didn't touch it that time around, but this time she doesn't get the move onto Fitzwater. Fitzwater defending well from the woman second in the championship.
Yeah, and that outside line seems to be really difficult through the heel. Maybe it's due to because it's off the racing line and there isn't a lot of grip outside the racing line. As we're now looking at Simpson and Tremblant fighting. Courtney Simpson, I believe, stays in 9th. Leon Tremblant isn't able to do anything there and will stay behind. As we now look at Tremblant's teammate, Zachary Fitzwater, who got Chisetti and is going to try and get Aiden Smith for third as well. The Australian powers through up into third and gets himself into the podium.
And I think that's Özkan and Timel fighting. Özkan was in 6th, so it's Timel on the charge. Let's see if Timel can get the move done. As we head down to Simpson as well. He was trying a move there, didn't come to fruition. So we're gonna look at Tremblant as he was gonna try and move down the inside of Materia, where I think probably got him for 8th, and now he's trying to retaliate, but nothing comes out of that attempt. just yet. But yeah, it seems like Smith just tumbling down positions after getting polished, just tumbling down second and third and fourth. It's not looking good for Aiden Smith.
Yeah, no, not at all for the Irishman, who could have been destined for second podium in a row here in Super Formula, but it is only lap 5 out of 24. We don't know what's going to happen in this race, and there's still a lot to go and a lot of very, very interesting storylines to be written in this race, as Smith now chasing down Zachary Fitzwater, who seems to struggle to keep up with David Joly in second. So we'll see. Aiden Smith, the podium dream might not be over yet for him, as here is Leon Tremblant, who got past Courtney Simpson a few laps earlier, trying to line up Mateusz Material for a move, but Tremblant will stay behind.
Yeah, now you seem like want to go. Now we're gonna look at Timel trying to head down the inside of Özkan. I think he got it before the corner. And now we're gonna look at Giuseppe challenging Smith for fourth. Smith might lose on yet another position. It's not looking good for the Irishman, as we mentioned before, but now he does defend. So good defending there from Aiden. He knows he has to put up the pace. We're gonna head back here. It's a little battle here for 16th between Novosad and Stella for 16th place. It seems like Novosad has to accept 17 for now. As I see there, Erki Nut is very far behind. I think it might be related to the incident with Kang beforehand. We might get a replay of that later if there is time, as there's a lot of battling going on right now. But we'll have to see. But yeah, nonetheless, Kang's out of the race, and probably Nut got involved because he's 16 seconds behind Novosad. But they're gonna head onto Pavel Sar now, as he's chasing Simpson for 11th. Patel, who actually got up to 10th. I think we missed that maybe, but or maybe I missed that. But now Tremblant is gonna go down the inside of Özkan. It was very close to another position loss for Özkan there. But now as they go through the SS, Tremblant now is hungry for that 7th position. As now we're gonna head through this very fast right-hander and onto the back straight. Seems like Tremblant is lining up to move down the inside. Özkan here is a pretty much of a sitting duck, but isn't in the corner. But Tremblant does get the move nonetheless. Great move, and I think Sar got the move on Simpson as well. Yeah, great racing here. It's absolutely non-stop action, and we love to see it. Now we head back to Giuseppe, as she was challenging Smith earlier for 4th, although Smith was able to hold on. Now we head to Patel, the man in the championship lead, who would be scoring points right now. So he did a good job from qualifying 14th to get up to the points. Although knowing Patel, he is gonna try and go for more, and his next target might just be Material in 9th. So let's see if we can manage to get him. But now we're on to lap 7. Seems like these laps have flown by how action-packed this race is. But soon enough, it's gonna be lap 8 as Blackwood went across the line there. I think I forgot to mention that Blackwood set the fastest lap and is now 2 seconds ahead exactly of Jouy. But now, ooh, look at that. Patel was having a look down the inside there, and he's gonna have one more look down the inside again into the SS. Can this turn into a move into the uphill section here? Would be quite spectacular. Let's see now. Patel, no, he lines up behind. He's probably gonna try to move down the inside into the outer loop after the back straight. Patel now on the inside of Material. Let's see how the move ends up. It seems like Patel will have it, but no, Material corrects me there. He hangs on, and now it turns into the inside for Material. Patel is now on the outside. Let's see as they went through the chute there and now head into the toe. Onto the straight now. Let's see, as I think yeah, Patel now has to 9th. Material went a bit on the grass. Let's see, I'm not gonna say it's 100% sure now, as Material was trying to move down the inside, but it was more of a look, and I think that's Patel up into 9th. Great move from the championship leader. As man, I'm out of air here, as it's a lot of battles to keep track of, but hope you guys are enjoying it as I am. But yeah, Patel now, his next target might just be Samet Özkan. He's truly on a charge here, and I'm excited to see how much up the order he can go.
I heard you were out of breath, so sorry, I'm back. But yeah, Rahul Patel on an absolute charge, determined to get himself back up into the points and try and prove the doubters wrong. Such is the mentality of a champion. As we're now looking at Leon Tremblant, who's gone himself up into second and now looking to line up a move on Linus Timel. But we're going to cut back to Rahul Patel now, who's going to go on to Summit Özkan, as the two will be wheel to wheel. Patel's there on the inside line and gets Summit Özkan effortlessly and swoops up through into 8th. Here's Giuseppe Stella. He gets a Koto Sambi for 15th now, just like Patel did it on Özkan. He does the exact same move.
Yeah, Patel is truly on a charger. I think that's 6 positions gained by the championship leader. He's absolutely on a roll. Everyone in his way, he's just swooping them off like he's picking up dust with a what's it called, a broom. That's what it seems like to him right now. Yeah, Tremblant has gained 6 positions as well. Great move from the, I think, Luxembourgian driver. I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I misnationalized you. But nonetheless, Stella also goes up to 3 positions. Blackwood went up 2 to get the race lead. Good performance from Blackwood as well. Smith down 3 positions. It's not his race right now, but he managed to fend off Giuseppe. Although it is still an own race. Now we're looking at Timel, who is pressuring the same Giuseppe here now. And he's gonna head down the inside. Let's see if he can get the move done into the first turn. No, it doesn't seem like it just yet.
Yeah, and I should mention also, I saw Courtney Simpson down 6 positions, along with Koto Sambi as well. But yeah, here's Linus Timel pressuring Giulia Cesetti. 2 ex-Formula 1 drivers going at it then in Super Formula, as Timel now down the back straight and through the outer loop. He's going to be there on the inside line as they're side by side now. Timel on the inside, which will turn into the outside line through the chute, but Cesetti will hold that P5 for the time being. So Timel not quite able to get through on the Italian at the moment, and yeah, the former F1 driver stays in P6.
I think we're gonna have the replay of what happened to Joseph Kang. Oh, contact to the first turn.
I think, was this a 3 wide moment? Yes, it was. And who's that? Is that Rahul Patel?
I think yeah, Kang maybe got spun by Rahul Patel.
He got spun round, but I don't know if I can put the blame on Patel there. I think he might have cut ahead Patel and moved over. We'll have to check this again, just from the rear onboard view of Joseph Kang, and he is ahead of Rahul Patel here. And I don't know. Personally, I'd personally say that's a racing incident, but we're gonna see this from Rahul Patel's onboard. No, it looks like he spun out on his own, and then Patel just kind of touched him there. I wouldn't say that's his fault. And there he is in the wall.
Nut got collected as well then, and that's why Nut is so far behind now. Yeah, we're gonna look at Nut now.
No, this was a separate incident. This was 3. Yeah, that's a classic case of 3 into 1 doesn't go. But no, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you were right.
Into the wall as well.
Yeah, that's not good for Edke Nut either, and Joseph Kang. I think it's difficult to judge. It's very difficult to judge, and then I think it was out of control when he got tangled up with Edke Nut there. So I wouldn't say we could put the blame on anyone in that situation, really. Either way, we're gonna go back to the action then at the track, as Pavel Sarnau is trying to chase down Mateusz Material for 10th. Could try and get the Polish man and get himself into the points. Pavel Sar, who has been on a 2-race podium streak. So, yeah, I don't think that he'll be able to keep it up, but he would still like to finish in the points here today, I'm sure of it.
Indeed, he will, as he's now chasing Material, who is hanging onto that 1 point he'd be gaining right now, but Sar is looking hungry to get into the points playing positions. Although for now, onto the back straight, he did not try a move, but Stella will try one. Onto Shawshanat, let's see what comes out of this. He's onto the inside, Sean on the outside, as they go very close. Maybe a bit of contact there as well, but Stella lines up behind Shawshanat for now.
Yeah, Functional Shynut was able to get that better exit on the inside line compared to Stella, and as a result, Giuseppe Stella had to tuck in behind through the chute, so couldn't quite do anything there, but he's going to have to line it up a bit better next time, as we're now on lap 11 out of 24. Jafari Blackwood leads David Jules by 3.4 seconds, so Jafari is absolutely pulling away. So we're now looking at Aidan Smith, who could try and take a bit of revenge here on Zachary Fitzwater and try and keep that podium dream alive, as he is not too far behind Zachary Fitzwater at the moment. So I don't know if he's able to find the opportunity. He could maybe go back up into third.
And also a quick championship update as well. Right now, only the top 3 would still be fighting for the championship, that being Patel, Chisetti, and Materia. Let's see how the situation unfolds, though, going through the race.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how it's going to unfold, as here's Charles Shynut now onto Courtney Simpson through the inside line. They bang wheels through the chute. Simpson runs wide. Charles Shynut still there on the outside line as they go side by side. That was close to disaster between the two, but Charles Shynut is there on the inside line and through the toe now, as they are side by side down the boot they go. And into the heel, it's going to be Charles Shynut who edges slightly ahead on the inside line once more as they go wheel to wheel through that corner as well then.
Seems like they're fighting. Charles Shynut has that little tap on the wall there. It's going to upset this line. Now Stella has a chance to go onto the inside, and then it's going to be the outside. I think though he's got it done. No, I'm not going to correct myself. He's not got it done just yet. But now he has a bit of a scrap on the wall there. He's fine though, up into 14th.
Yeah, there goes Stella then up into 14th as we look 8 positions ahead. Linus Timell, who is chasing down Giulia Cesetti. So we'll see how that is going to play out. Here's Pavel Sardo, and the Estonian is going to try and get himself into the points with this one, as he is side by side with Tej Material. Here's Linus Timell though, onto Giulia Cesetti. Now then, as they head through the outer loop and into the chute, it's going to be Timell on the outside with Cesetti on the inside line. But they are going to switch lines with Timell on the inside now, then heading into the toe and through the boot. Now they're going to be wheel to wheel. Great racing between 2 ex-Formula 1 drivers now as they head into the heel. It's Timell on the inside, just edging ahead, but Cesetti does get the better exit, heading out of the heel now, and through this left-hander they go. It's Timell on the outside, brushes the barrier, and as a result, Cesetti remains in 5th. I think that was Mateusz Material brushing the barriers as well, just understeering into the barrier. We've seen that very often in this race. So we're now looking at Emilia Konieczna, battle between 2 Polish drivers seeming to kick off. Konieczna on the outside line trying to make something work there on Mateusz Material, but yeah, Emilia can't quite find her way past her fellow countrymen at the moment. Here's Giulia Cesetti though, who we just saw the lap previous defending from Linus Timell. Now she's going to be on the offense, trying to chase down Aidan Smith as heading through the outer loop. They were wheel to wheel, but heading into the chute. They stay in their respective positions. Here's Leon Tremblant though, onto Linus Timell. Through the toe they go, side by side through there. Tremblant gets the better exit. Timell, I think, dips a wheel into the grass, and as a result, it's going to be Leon Tremblant who is ahead. Not quite. Timell down the inside through the heel. They are going to be wheel to wheel. Is Tremblant going to be able to cover him off on the inside line there? The answer is yes. Oh, not before Timell clatters the barrier, and I think that might just bring Rahul Patel behind closer.
It was a big hit into the wall. Fortunately for Timell, that didn't compromise his car too much, so he's still fine. he should probably consider himself lucky, but that, yeah, allows Patel to get himself closer to Linus Timel there.
Yeah. Rahul Patel did get a bit lucky there. Patel, who was on a charge in these first few laps, seems that the pace maybe has dried out a bit for Rahul Patel, or he's just sitting back and trying to manage his tires a bit. Don't really know what it is. Here's Giulia Cisetti though once again on the offense through the outer loop. She's on the inside, where she's going to turn it to the outside for this following corner. Cisetti there trying to make it stick, but Aidan Smith, the Irishman, does hold off Giulia Cisetti.
He's been defending for his life for that P4. He's been defending for quite a few laps and quite a few attempts from Cisetti to get that P4. But he's been defending it like he's holding on to his life essentially, and that's the spirit, because he's lost enough positions as well. He doesn't want to lose any more, as a P4 finish would still be good, although could have been much more. But don't rule a comeback from Aidan Smith out just yet, as the race has not come to a close, has it?
Yeah, no, not at all. Still about 10 laps to go in this race. Aidan Smith, anything could happen for the Irishman. And Giulia Cisetti really wants to get past Smith and try and score the maximum amount of points possible to try and close that gap in the championship down to Rahul Patel. So, yeah, Cisetti will be feeling a sense of urgency as the laps go by.
Onto the back straight, Cisetti could actually try another attempt onto Aidan Smith. Is she gonna try and go down the inside? Yes, she will. It was more of a look actually, but she's definitely trying to signal to Aidan that, hey, I'm here.
I think that did compromise Cisetti's line. Leon Tremblant's closed in massively as a result of that. Here's functional Chow Shinat, who gets past Courtney Simpson. Courtney Simpson's dropping like a stone this race. Don't know what it is, but Simpson just isn't able to keep up with the winding corners of Watkins Glen, and just seems to be overtaken by absolutely everyone.
It's not looking good for Courtney, as he's had a bit of a up and down season. I mean, he's gotten points, but not enough to really. It's been like 5 points finishes Courtney Simpson has gotten, even more than some of the drivers ahead of him, but it's always been on the lower end of the points, so he's not really had a standout performance. But it's still 2 races left, minus this one, so maybe can find a great performance in the next following races, as he's not a bad driver at all. We have to add that as well.
Yeah, no, not at all. As we're now looking at Rahul Patel, who is chasing down Linus Timel for 7th. He's got a pretty good run heading out of the S's and down the back straight. Is he going to be able to line up a sort of move here? The answer is no for the time being. So Patel being patient behind Linus Timel, waiting for the right moment to strike on the Swede.
Yeah, Patel has only gone uphill this race. Might even get another position, which would be 7 positions gained then from the start. Although honorable mention to Tremblant as well. I think he gained about 7 positions as well. So very good performances from the 2 of them. And Patel might just get that position onto Timel, although Timel is probably one of his hardest targets he will have on his journey from 40th on the grid.
Yeah, he has cut through the rest of these guys like butter essentially, but Linus Timel seems to be a bit more solid of an object for Patel to try and cut through, as here is Leon Tremblant trying to line up a move on Giulia Cisetti, but just isn't able to do anything yet. So Tremblant staying behind. It's a pretty good result for Kondo Racing at the moment, as they sit 3rd and 6th. I do think that would be their best result this season, if I'm not mistaken.
Pretty sure it would be, as the highest tally of points they've gotten this season was 19 points at the second round of the season. Right now, I think they'd be going over that as well.
Yeah. So they certainly want to at least hold these positions, but Leon Tremblant won't just settle for sixth. He is, we've seen it, he's trying moves on Chisetti left and right, so he definitely has the pace. As we're looking at Chisetti herself, she's still chasing down Aiden Smith here, but hasn't quite been able to overtake the Irishman just yet. So we've seen here at Watkins Glen, it's easy to start battles, but it is difficult to win them.
And that is one of the skills you need at this track, especially. For example, we've seen Giuseppe go on so many against Smith, although Smith has defended like a lion, essentially. I think we might see one coming soon enough, and yes, we will. Giuseppe lines up on the inside, and I think she gets to move down before the corner as well. And yeah, that's Giuseppe up into P4.
Yeah, through the outer loop, Giulia Chisetti finally gets it and goes up into P4. Great stuff from Chisetti, but Smith might just come under even more pressure here as Leon Tremblant's there on the inside line. Through the toe, they go side by side as it's Tremblant on the inside now, then heading down the boot and into the heel. It's going to be Tremblant on the inside once more, but that is Chisetti. No, I was mistaken here. Tremblant's actually trying it on Chisetti as we head out of the heel and into this left-hander. But yeah, Tremblant runs wide, isn't able to keep it wheel to wheel. Chisetti gets a poor exit as a result. Smith is there on the inside line to try and retaliate on the Luxembourger, but through the final corner, Tremblant just keeps his fifth place.
Yeah, and Tremblant, that's about how many positions gained? I think 8 or something. I'm not sure there, but he's gained an awful lot of positions, and honestly, he's on the course to get even P4 if he can get Chisetti here.
Yeah, there is 4 laps to go. This race has absolutely flown by. So we'll see what is going to happen. As here's Rahul Patel then heading down the back straight now. Will he be able to try anything on Linus Timmel? It's getting close. Lines up something up on the inside, but yeah, no move just yet for Rahul Patel, and he's gonna have to continue to be patient behind the BMAX racing car.
So here now, Sandy will try and move down the inside of Simpson. I think he gets it. No, Simpson gets a good exit on the outside, and he confirms himself into 15th and doesn't lose out the position to Sambi.
Yeah, so Sambi wasn't quite able to get past Courtney Simpson there. I guess that's a little bit of a consolation for Courtney Simpson that he's able to keep himself ahead of one driver. As we're now going to get the position gains up on screen, and look at Leon Tremblant. 8 positions gained from the start. Simply incredible from Leon Tremblant. Zachary Fitzwater's gone up 2, Rahul Patel's gone up 6, and is looking to make it a 7th. Same with Tremblant, who's looking to make it a 9th now. As you can see how close he is behind Giulia Giuseppe.
Indeed, he is quite close. Could be 9 positions up. So let's see what will happen now with this battle. After Giuseppe, he could potentially challenge Fitzwater for the podium, although that would be a bit harder because it's only 4 laps left, and Fitzwater is over a second clear of Giuseppe. Now Patel will try to move down the inside. No, he just has a look, just like the last lap.
Yeah, and that doesn't work. It's too late for Rahul Patel to be able to do anything, and just compromises him on exit heading out of the outer loop. So yeah, Patel needs to try it a bit earlier. Yeah, it's he is looking good on pace, but he just needs that little bit more to be able to get past Linus Timmel.
Yeah, indeed, and of course he also needs to get those positions, so he's gonna lose less points to Giulio Giuseppe, although he still has quite a comfortable gap. But still better to gain that position to have an even more comfortable gap. But yeah, now we're looking at Tremblant once again. We could actually help out Patel indirectly by passing Chisetti here.
Yeah, we'll see if that is going to happen. Obviously, it's what Rahul Patel's probably going to be hoping for as well, because that means his closest rival, Chisetti, will be scoring less points. As we have 2 laps to go now, time is running out for Leon Tremblant.
Yeah, so it is for as it is for Leon Tremblant and for any other of the drivers. One man I want to mention though, Blackwood, who is probably has the most time out of everyone here on this field, 7 seconds clear of David Dewey. He's been absolutely flying ever since he overtook the Croatian.
Yeah, Blackwood has really been in a league of his own today. He has been solid on the pace, started third, and has just swooped through into the race lead and stayed there ever since. No problem at all for Jafari Blackwood, so certainly an incredible drive from the Jamaican at the moment.
And now we're looking at the championship leader once again, Rahul Patel, who's been stuck behind Timel the most now. He had an easier time against the other drivers, but of course Dinos Timel is one of the drivers here with the most experience. That's why it makes it even more of a challenge to overtake the Swede. Now we're looking at Chisetti, who's actually caught back up to Fitzwater. Remember, the 2 of them challenged for the podium in the earlier stage of the race. Now we might see round 2.
Yeah, we're going to have to see if Chisetti is going to be able to get herself onto that podium. She is going to need it. Look how close she is to Fitzwater. Almost tries it on the outside line there. Space runs out. She goes to the inside line instead. Down the back straight now. She's got a pretty good run. She's got the overspeed on the Australian. Through the outer loop they go. Chisetti's there on the inside lines. Fitzwater on the outside. Now through the chute. They're going to switch lines. Chisetti now is on the outside. They go wheel to wheel through the corner now, heading into the toe. It's Chisetti on the inside. She's gonna try and make it stick as they're wheel to wheel, now closing into David Jules, and Chisetti gets herself up at the podium and could even go for second. Is this too much for Chisetti, or could she actually pull off a double overtake here? As they are gonna be wheel to wheel then. Through the heels, she's going to try and get it done on the outside line, but I think she's going to understeer into the wall. Yes, she does. Clatters the barrier, but it is still going to be third for Giulia Chisetti.
And what a move that was, and she finally gets her revenge onto Fitzwater for taking the third spot from her earlier on. And now it is the final lap here, and we might see a very close battle for second place.
Very, very close one indeed. Giulia Chisetti is looking good on pace, as we're going to see now. Then heading through the SS, is Chisetti gonna be able to try anything for second place? She looks so close onto David Jules. Goes to the outside, switches to the inside, just like she did on Zachary Fitzwater. Is it gonna work on David Jules as well? Heading into the outer loop, heading through the inside line goes Giulia Chisetti, and up into second. From fourth to second place in 2 laps. What kind of a clutch is that from Giulia Chisetti as she gets herself up into second? Brilliant, brilliant racecraft from the Italian woman.
And right now she'd be only 8 points from Rahul Patel after Patel had an absolutely monumental gap at the top of the standings.
Yeah.
Chisetti has closed that down to 8 points.
Brilliant, brilliant stuff from Giulia Chisetti, and she is gonna make it a Team Thomas 1-2 as she will be in second, and their teammate Jafari Blackwood will come home for a brilliant drive here at Watkins Glen. He wins at the Glen by 8.7 seconds. Giulia Chisetti, a Team Toms 1-2 here, and I believe it is the first time in Super Formula we have had a team finishing 1-2. David Jules, the Croatian, in his 5th Super Formula race this season, will finish on the podium. So yeah, still pretty good for David Jules. Rahul Patel, still a pretty good drive from him today to finish P8, but the championship gets even closer heading into the next round of Bahrain.
And what a race that was. We're gonna have to wait for Erkinut. He had a very quiet race today. Of course, after that initial contact, he could just not come back, and that's unfortunate for the Estonian. He'll have to come back in the next following races. But yeah, extremely good performance by David Jui. Only his fifth Super Formula race. Of course, after he was challenging for the title in Porsche Super Cup, had a bit of a rough start, but now in the last two races, he's been pretty good. And now the podium came.
Yeah, very, very well done from David Julie, and we'll see if he is going to be able to we'll see if this is going to give him a bit of motivation heading into the final 2 rounds of Bahrain and then Fuji. But yeah, it is Jafari Blackwood who takes his 2nd win of the season. Great stuff from Blackwood, and then Cesetti comes home in 2nd for yet another podium to close that gap down to Rahul Patel. So yeah, brilliant stuff from the pair of them. But I think that has been it. I don't know why they're... Are we still waiting for Erkinut to finish? I think it is. You know, we're seeing Erkinut here. But... And this is odd. We've never had an in-lap, or what should you say, a victory lap in the ACOC before. So it's certainly a first. But yeah, you get to see here, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I guess that gives us a bit of time to discuss about the race, and I guess we can also take the time to go through the results as well. So Jafari Blackwood with the fastest lap, he wins here at Watkins Glen, with Julia Cesetti coming home in 2nd to make it a Team Tom's 1-2 here at Watkins Glen, with David Julie for Inging taking 3rd for him, and Inging's first podium this season. It's Zachary Fitzwater finishing 4th, with Leon Tremblant 8 positions gained, finishes in P5. Aidan Smith is P6, with Linus Timel finishing 7th. Rahul Patel is 8th, with Samet Özkan in 9th, and then Pavel Sar rounding out the top 10.
Then in 11th we have Konishna, and in 12th we find Material. Then we have Stella in 13th, Shawshank in 14th, Simpson in 15th, and then we find Sambi and Novosad in 17th, and Nit in 18th.
And that has been it. We're not getting the results screen, so we'll just go to the end screen directly. But thanks so much for watching. It's been a very exciting race, I have to say. We've had great battles this race. Lots of overtakes, lots of action. Watkins Glen delivers once again. But before we go, it's time to give out driver of the day. And personally, I'm going to give it to Leon Tremblant. I really did want to give it to Jafari Blackwood, but 8 positions gained to come home to secure a really solid points finish for not only you, but your team as well. I think that was certainly a great drive from Leon Tremblant. So he gets my driver of the day. What about you, Giuseppe?
I mean, yeah, I agree with you there. Leon Tremblant, absolutely incredible drive. 8 positions gained. We don't see that often. But honorable mentions that I have to say are probably Giulia Cesetti and Jafari Blackwood. The 2 Team Toms did an excellent job today.
Yeah, indeed. But yeah, that's been it then for Super Formula today. Thanks so much for watching. Next round, we are going to go back to Asia and to the Middle East, to Bahrain. To the Bahrain International Circuit for the penultimate round of the championship, so make sure to not miss that. Until then, I have been Miran.
And I've been Giuseppe.
And this has been Super Formula at Watkins Glen. Make sure to join us for the next round at Sakir. Thank you, and good.